You know me, I always look for the worst of the worst. So I want to see the, the vanilla Urgic sword spot. I want to see the armor be far strung out on, 100 paces or more away on the world.
All right, well, let's see what we've got here. We've got gold. We have wings. Ooh, wings are nice.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, my goodness. We also have hurt and hurt more and heal more. And we have great starting strength and agility. This could be very fast.
Wow, what a start.
Highspirits is like, I'm not even going to look at things right now. I want levels. Meanwhile, we have Tilo and Toasty maxing out their key stash.
With that hurt more spell, those levels are going to be coming fast and quick.
Level 2 for both Highspirits and Max.
Well, we get a cave in the basement. Looks to be, I want to say, South Swamp.
I didn't get a good enough look at it, unfortunately. What do we have in the treasury? We have gold. We have a torch. We have the token. And the stone.
What is this mess? All the goods right from the get-go. Come on now.
This is rather insane start here. The only thing that these guys don't have is Erdrick's sword at this point. My goodness.
I mean, we've got 2/3. We're only missing the harp here. And then yeah, the sword and the armor, and then that's it. Game's... And there's Sharlock, not even far away.
All right, pack it up, guys. We can go.
Can I request a reseed here? This is too easy.
This is, well, so far. Let's see. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that level 4. My
14,
goodness.
10, and 12. Is that what I just saw? I didn't see what the attack power increase was, but everything else was phenomenal.
You know, I've never seen a seed roll. I've never seen a seed slinger fired over creating one that's too easy, but you know.
No. I want to hire that person. They can roll all the rest of my seeds.
Highspirits getting that wonderful level 4. Oh, look, Armored Knights have sleep and hurt more.
Ah, that's a wombo combo if ever I've seen one. Sleep, hurt more, plus they punch you for a hefty... Well, Highspirits will finally find out for himself what's in the treasury, I guess.
Tilo getting his wonderful level 4.
Level 4 or level 5, actually, I think.
Oh, was that 5?
The level.
Yeah, he did indeed.
And Scorpion Max also going to go ahead and get their keys, do the search of the treasury, and see what there is to be had. And, actually, that is the grave in the basement.
It is indeed.
That makes for an easy gold grind setup.
No, we haven't
without having to die.
This is true, but we haven't seen any other towns.
And speaking of gold grinds, and look, we have the silver harp. Everything is in Tentacle. But let's just go check the 2 lower chests. We know that the sword's going to be in there too.
And might as well gold grind. My goodness.
I mean, while we're here, why not? Meanwhile, Thilotilo is going to continue their exploration and grind, as is AmazingToaster, and Scorpion Max seems to be wanting to join in on that exploration.
Cave here, north and east of Tantagel Castle for Toaster.
We
And
got
an
our
Axe Knight.
That'll be worth a couple levels. And we got our first sighting of something outside of the castle. And Highspirits look to be going for the full Monty over here. The shield, the armor, and the sword.
So that might actually be Swamp South there over on Toaster's side. I think possible. Oh, and another cave.
Well, there goes a lot of gold. But we see a cave on Scorpion Max's side. We have the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave with just a bonus herb here.
That is legitimately the worst thing we've seen in this.
And a town, finally.
Now, just because the seed has to be a little painful somewhere, this is going to be Hawk's Nest, maybe?
I'm going to go with Coal with a Fairy Flute. Or maybe just Brecconary.
And we have Garenham.
Ooh.
Ooh, Drolls have Dragon Lord 2 Breath, which Highspirits just figured out.
Good thing he saved with his gold over there. And we have another cave sighted on Thilotilo's side. Oh, no up and down movement. Possibly Mountain Cave? Nope. Tablet. And there's a silver shield hiding in Garenham, but also a large shield, so decent pickup if you can't afford a silver late.
I would imagine we're going to check out the back real quick, and if the Erdrick sword is in here, I think I'm just going to quit.
Empty. Useless water. And at least you get your magic key back. And apparently there was some gold to be found at the end of Tablet Cave. Thank you, UpTNG, for that.
We have the Staff of Rain Cave over on Thilotilo's side.
Ooh, that is tucked away in a nice little corner there, too.
And Toasty has found Cantlin and picks up a hand axe.
Well, that might not be all he picks up if we happen to have some coordinates here. Cantlin also holds a flame sword. Kind of odd that AmazingToaster doesn't go check for coordinates.
Looks like he's wanting an enemy encounter here. I think he wanted gold to get a
Well, those are going to be a nasty enemy to encounter on the Sharlock dive. Wizards have Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
And sleep spell at level 7.
Scorpion Max is in a cave, not positive as to which one yet. Oh boy, and Drakima's with the Big Boy Breath and Sleep, the ultimate slept and wrecked.
Nice HP gain going from 7 to 8 on Toaster's side.
And Centroid 41, one of our trackers this evening, letting us know that was actually Mountain Cave that Scorpion was in.
So it looks like Toaster's going to hit up the inn, and then I would imagine probably go get himself some coordinates.
I don't see any reason not to. I mean, with no sighting of Hawksness yet, and already one of the 3 searchable spots items in hand, if nothing else, you can eliminate that a coordinate is not necessary if he says to go and fight, or gives you an option.
Let's see what we have here. Go and search 21 south, 37 east. That might be countable.
I don't know about that. South of the castle is water.
Yeah, but I think there's a way to go south once you go far enough east, I think. Because that's kind of where Sharlock is southeast of Tantagel.
We'll have to see.
So right now it looks like we have most of our runners doing some exploration, but also while exploring, pretty much nuking everything with Hurtmore that they can to really rack up the levels nice and early.
And so far, nobody really with a clear experience lead right now. Everybody's still well within range of each other, and Highspirits finding out that those wizards do have the Big Boy Breath and will unfortunately not get to see what that cave was. And if that's Hawksness in a swamp, I will be upset because it's almost always Hawksness in a swamp.
Ooh, no, it's coal. Let's see what we have here.
That is a good find. Could eliminate the need for doing the coordinate search depending on what's here.
There found nothing.
That's bad news for Toaster. That means that those coordinates are possibly going to be valuable here. Well, I mean, it's bad news and good news. Bad news means he's going to have to possibly count. Good news, he can count because he has the coordinates.
And looks like we have Scorpion Max exploring the mountain cave.
It's a nice, easy cave to explore.
Looks like Tilo took an intentional death in that swamp there. Just some more gold in that chest. Let's see what else we have here on the mountain cave.
And I think Highspirits has actually found their way to the mountain cave as well.
It looks like Tilo is going to make his way into what we know to be the grave of Garanham and hopefully pick up his silver.
Well, looks like nothing special in the mountain cave.
Another town for Toasty, and this is Hawksness.
Even if it is only a fairy flute here, that would be good news for Toaster, since that would guarantee where the armor can be found. And this shouldn't be too difficult. The amount of HP they have at level 9, they have hurt more, they have heal more. Really, unless it's an armored knight who likes casting sleep, should be okay here.
As long as this Wraith Knight doesn't take him out, okay. Blue Dragon. This is interesting. Okay, the first Hurtmore lands. Now, can Toasty do enough battle damage? Or he's going to try it again? Nope.
Oh.
So my guess now is that Toaster's going to try to count out the coordinates. And Tilo is doing a grind.
As is Scorpion Max. We have dual gold grinds going on here, one in the grave and one in the treasury. Alright, so we'll start with counting east and see how far south we can go. It's not a lot south, so it may very well be possible.
I'm thinking it's going to be not too far from Sharlock, actually.
And Highspirits finds their way to Cantlin. Might be a little disappointed once they see they could have had a silver shield picked up here if they'd been able to keep their gold.
Ursine, no, I do not believe they have outside. Tyranex's coordinates, I think they were 21 south and 35 east, I want to say.
35 or 37, one of those two.
And Centroid, 37, there we go, see? Thank you to chat. And there's the armor.
It was countable indeed, so we have an armor pickup, meaning Hawksness is not necessary.
Yep, at best, Hawksness will have the fairy flute.
And Thilotilo almost taking a death to that armored knight, just about losing all of that gold that was grinded for.
And we have Radiant as the spell at level 9.
Not quite the opportune spell that we would want, but a good spell nonetheless. And we have found Remolder now, so all towns that are useful have been.
And given that we've seen a silver shield, Breckenary really is useless in this. Tilo with an interesting strat here, trying to search the bottom of the grave. Ooh, finds the fighter's ring.
It pays off a little bit with that ring.
If Tilo takes a death here, that's going to be very ill-timed.
It would be similar to the same death that Highspirits took in the very beginning after doing the same grind.
Although maybe that amount of gold was intentional on Tilo's part, so that he can Death Warp and still get a silver shield, knowing that at some point you're going to get Erdrick's sword and Erdrick's armor.
That's true. I actually can say I've done that before.
Toasty filling up on keys in Keytown, and Highspirits gets the bad news in coal.
Well, he'll at least pull up a large shield, though.
Up to no good, and chat pointing out a very good point that even if he does die here, the gold glitch will still be active, and you can even do that in the treasury.
This is true. An interesting thing I noticed during some practice is when you go back to the throne room, if in this case it won't work because he already went to the throne room, but had he gone inside the castle, taken the treasury, and then gone to grave and started the glitch that way, when you die back into the throne room, those 3 chests will actually replace some of the chests that you had already opened, making them grabbable again. It's actually rather interesting the way it works.
It doesn't look like Tilo's going to get away from this red dragon.
He will go ahead and take the save at the king to keep the gold that is still in his pocket intact.
Yeah, now I think he's going to go beeline for... What town was that that had the silver shield? It wasn't Cantlin. It was that, Cole? No, not Cole.
That was Garenham that held the shield, yeah.
There we go. I was going to hit it on one point.
And Highspirits has found their way into Hawksness now.
And again, we know that the best thing that Hawksness could hold, other than a blue dragon at the tile spot, will be the fair.
And Toaster being trolled by the NPCs here in the back of Garenham.
Now, depending on what this blue dragon does here, this could actually be a really nice grind spot later in the game. And it is the fairy flute, so Highspirits knows that those coordinates he found earlier are indeed the art.
And we'll have a boss check in the swamp by AmazingToaster, and it is a golem.
Highspirits finding a metal slime. Let's see if the metal slime will stick long enough to allow itself to be killed.
I believe that is 2 hits now.
Got him.
Well, that'll be a nice 255 experience to get level 10.
Scorpion Max discovering his silver harp. And we have Toaster through the swamp cave, and that's probably going to be Brickenary there on the other side.
We don't have any other towns left, so must be. Now, I believe everybody except for Toaster has been into the grave and gotten the silver harp, so if we find a couple of caves on this side of the continent, while Swamp Cave's not that far away, could definitely cost a little bit of time for Toaster here.
Yeah. Centroid, we have seen the staff and drop caves. The Rainbow Drop Cave is right outside of one of the caves.
Oh, we have seen him. I must have missed him myself.
Yeah, and I believe the Silver Harp to Staff of Rain Cave is somewhere in the general Sharlock area, I think.
So maybe in the area where Highspirits is, right over yonder, perhaps? Or was that tablet cave he passed by, maybe?
That might have actually been the drop cave right by the town there. Right by Hawksness. Yeah, the drop is right by Hawksness. That's right. See? Sometimes my brain kicks.
Oh, that's right. I did make the comment about that the Staff of Rain cave being tucked away in a far-off corner. I'm the one that made the comment, and I still forgot about it.
Toaster, the first of our runners to get to level 11.
And Tilo makes it to Garenham, but sends the gold for that silver shield. And Scorpion Max is doing another gold grind? Perhaps wanting to get the magic armor or the flame sword?
Wasn't a real big gold grind. He only got to 10,000, so that could be... I mean, given that he got so far, I'm guessing that's the flame sword. The full plate armor and magic armor have the same defense, so I don't think he would go for the magic.
Well, so far no one's made it to the last chest in the grave, so perhaps gonna pick up a flame sword, and just in case Erdrick's sword is in the bottom of the grave, might not need it with the flame sword.
That could very well be his thoughts there. Oh, one of our trackers, Link Force, pointing out in chat that we did see the last chest in the grave, and it was Wing.
Well, then, if that's the case, I think we've seen every chest, meaning the sword is in Charlock.
I do believe you are correct. The sword at this point is going to be in Charlock. And yet again, the opposite side of the swamp cave has Breckenary and nothing else.
So it's a useless continent, you say?
For the second straight evening that I've been commentating, yes.
Alright, so Scorpion Max now equipped with the Flame Sword, Full Plate, and the Silver Shield. Certainly will have a bit of an easier time, and Thilotilo also with the Silver Shield.
And Highspirits and Toaster each with a large shield. So, obviously the advantage there is to those with the silver shield, but at least Highspirits and Toaster do have the large shield. And sometimes, that's good enough for the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, it's definitely better than no shield. Even a small shield, if that's all you can manage to find, is better than no shield.
Up to no good in chat, already calling top left in Charlock.
Well, we started this off with my call for vanilla, as always.
Toaster
Maybe
finding the
my
mountain
wish.
cave. Maybe. I mean, something in this seed has to be somewhat difficult, right?
I hope so. I mean, the Guardian of Hawksness wasn't even, difficult. Everything else was just laid out for him in the castle. I mean, they didn't even have to explore anywhere. The Charlock's right next door to him.
Oh, look. Breckenary. Truly worthy of my disdain at this point because it is useless.
as it is in most seeds. If it's not chaos, often Brecconary is worth nothing but some
And it looks like Highspirits is just about to stumble into the Staff of Rain Cave, and will be the first one to be able to put together the Rainbow Drop.
Alright. We're getting a little bit of flack about, picking on Brecconary here, it seems. I will give it one good quality. If it's the first town you find, it's good for picking up a dragon scale and a bunch of herb.
And it can be good for picking up some weapons and armor sometimes. Especially if you find it early, and hey, the 6 gold in is never bad.
It's definitely better than the 100 gold in Cantlin when you're down to, no gold.
So, kind of taking a little gander at things here, Toaster has pulled out to a roughly 500-600 experience lead over Tilo, and roughly 800-900 over Highspirits. And Scorpion Max has kind of fallen a little behind experience-wise, as I don't think he's killing nearly as much stuff as our other 3 runners, but even still, 32 minutes into the season, we've got a remarkably tight race. And Toaster is going for a gold grind.
Wants the silver shield, can't say I blame them.
Now, question is he going to go for silver flame, or is he just going to get the silver shield?
That's a pretty good question. I mean, the hand axe is handy.
Looks like he's going for silver flame. Scorpion Matt's finding that the trigger spot is a golem. Highspirits finding Rumeldar.
Unfortunately, nothing much to be found there.
Well, gold for the inn, never a bad thing. Picks up a copper sword because at this point, why not? We have dueling Druid Lord Sleep strats here, quote unquote. To answer Wally Renfield's question in chat, what is the number 10 referring to in each player's name box? That is currently the number of points that each of our runners have in the Dragon Warrior League. Okay, so this is week 3 of the league, and so each of our racers have had 2 races. In a 4-person race, we award points for finish: 5 points for first, 3 points for second, 2 for third, and 1 for fourth. So, given that they each have 10 points, that means that each one of our 4 runners have won each of their first 2 races in the league, and they're actually the only 4 runners to have done so. Looks like Tilo's about to get his coordinates. Highspirits is going to peep the boss at the trap tile in the swamp to find it's a golem. Alright, so looks, did Toaster pick up his silver shield? I think he did.
If he did, I honestly didn't catch it.
Well, he's got no more gold left, so I'm guessing he did get his silver shield and flame sword. Because I don't think, really, anything's going to kill him at this point. Toaster stopping off in the town of Cole, looks like for a little refresher. And as you can see, we do have the stats posted up here in the tracker. So let's base off everything off of level 12 here. Agility for level 12 is great. Actually, it's fantastic. HP is just fine. MP is a little low, so it looks like that the thing we're going to be looking at here is the strength total. That looks like that's going to be our limiting factor here. And we haven't seen a death necklace, or have we? No, I don't think we've seen a death necklace, so the death necklace is probably in Sherlock.
Yeah, I would have to say death necklace is also hiding in Sherlock along with the sword. And a cursed belt, because we haven't seen any cursed belts yet that I'm aware of.
Now, there's going to be one, since the fairy flute was in an overworld search spot, but we're probably only going to...
And a small high five between Thilotilo and Highspirits and Cole there.
It looks like Toasty is actually going to set up his grind spot here in Hawks. That's why he wanted the flame sword and silver shield, because it'll greatly diminish what the blue dragon can do damage-wise, and the fact that he'll only have to smack the blue dragon once or twice after each Hurtmore. Picking up the fairy flute in exchange for beating up on a blue dragon. We do have Thilotilo picking up the rainbow drop, and we have Scorpion Max picking up the staff. And now we have Highspirits picking up the rainbow drop.
Everybody taking their pickups in turn here.
So right now, Toaster's big issue is that he hasn't dove back into Tantagil Castle to check out the grave.
And I don't believe that Toaster has seen where the Staff of Rain Cave is either.
So are we going to have dueling grinds here for Tilo and Highspirits then on this blue?
Well, it certainly looks that way. As both of them only have a copper sword, though, we're looking at the hurt more strats for taking out the blue dragons.
Oh, Tilo doesn't have Erdrick's armor yet either. Level 13 pickup for Toasty. Nice MP boost. Strength, nothing. But, wait, are that all the spells now at level 13? That sure looked like a full list.
Well, Thilotilo will take a death. I'm not sure if they've actually seen the coordinates in Cantland to even be able to go and get their Erdrick's armor.
Toasty stopping in the middle of his exploration to cast the return spell. I wonder if it just hit him that there's a cave under the basement of Tantagel Castle that he forgot to check. Oh, and Tilo doing his count, so he has seen the coordinates. Now he just needs to get his armor. And yep, Toasty is going to the bottom of the grave. Well, bottom.
Highspirits will be the first to duck into Sharlock, it seems.
Scorpion Max, I believe now just finding Cantland for the first time. And Tilo gets his armor.
And it looks like everybody is going to be rounding off the last of the items they were missing here. And Highspirits might be making this a sword dive to make the blue dragon grind a little easier.
Yeah, that's my first thought. And Toaster is going to check all of the grave.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him. You definitely don't want to leave a sword behind.
Yeah, agreed. Highspirits running smack into an armored knight, which is not treating him very kindly.
No, not at all, especially with that sleep spell. Thilotilo has finished their mountain cave exploration.
Yeah, but given how he hasn't reached level 13 yet, he doesn't know the outside spell, so he's got to unfortunately walk back out. Toaster discovering and putting on the fighter.
Always worth having it. Gets an extra 2 attack power there. get a brief glimpse of the chest that I'm guessing for Highspirits, as that is the vanilla chest there. You just can't have it yet.
Highspirits starting to get very low on his MP. Still has a few floors to traverse before he gets down to the treasure.
3 more after this one to go.
Scorpion Max gets his rainbow drop.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but why must Hurtmore be renamed Hurtkendor? And Highspirits is being a little bit brave against this Armored Knight here. Oh, I actually didn't see he had stop spelled it to prevent the sleep and the hurt more.
That's actually a really good idea, because I think those two are 75% of the Armored Knight's AI. So, you know, he's only going to get attacked 1 in every 4 times. So that's actually really good.
Yeah, that's why I was afraid to ask. I was hoping nobody would remember that I had said that one.
Hurtkendor?
Yeah.
Why did you say Hurtkendor? Wait, Highspirits is doing vanilla first.
Ooh, gutsy. And I don't know why I said Hurtkendor. I also don't remember why I said Hortmore either.
Oh, game, you're such a wonderful troll. The only cursed belt in the game is in the vanilla sword location.
Well, that means it's in the pyramid.
All right, chat. Where is it going to be in the pyramid? Is it going to be the top left? Is it going to be middle left? Is it going to be middle right? Or is it going to be bottom left, bottom middle, or bottom right? Keeping in mind, Up to No Good said top left a while ago. Question is, can Highspirits get there before he gets taken out?
Aw. Bottom right gets it.
So it looks like the first person in chat to guess bottom right was Wally Renfield. Wally Renfield, congratulations! And you have earned this bright, shiny set of pride from Randomania. Wear it with pride all day.
We also get our death necklace in the middle chest. Meanwhile, Scorpion Max is doing the count. And Toaster is finding their Staff of Rain now. And Highspirit's potentially going to go see what is in store for him at the boss tile spot if he can get through this green dragon.
Got through the green dragon. Now let's see, is he going to be able to get to the trap tile? That's the question. And that looks like it's gonna be a maybe.
And it seems Thilotilo doing a grind over here outside of Garenham, I think is what that. There's a nasty surprise for you.
And AmazingToaster is going to pick up his Rainbow Dragon.
Aside from a decent weapon, meaning the Erdrick Sword, everybody has everything collected. And of course, Highspirits has picked up their sword.
Yep, and right on cue, our tracker brings up the stats. This is just a stat watch at this point. And it's going to be really looking like it's going to be that strength stat that's going to prevent our runners from doing much anything.
Well, it sure ain't going to be that defense stat. Look at that defense.
Yeah, which is, well, at what point do you start defense breaking blue dragons? Is that 100 defense?
You know?
Nope. And newbie answers the question in chat, 98. So I'm thinking at some point soon that blue dragon is really going to be the best, especially if our runners can get 3 more agility points.
I think it's is it 110 for the red dragon, or is it 120 for red dragon?
Ooh, golems with heal. That's fun. Arbor Knight putting Toasty to sleep. And Max doing the blue dragon grind, it looks like.
And looks like Thilotilo is going toe-to-toe with some golems here.
And it looks like Highspirits is too. This is an insanely close race at this point.
I mean, they are worth a whopping 255 if you can take them down.
Highspirits reaching level 14 with a huge power boost and a huge agility boost.
With that agility boost, with a silver shield, I think that actually would put you at 100 defense at that point. Also including a dragon scale, of course, if they have all put theirs on.
I'm pretty sure they have. Scorpion Max hitting level 13.
Depending on what we see for more agility gains, we could actually indeed wind up getting really close to a defense breaking some of the nastiest enemies about.
It looks like Tilo and Toaster are both doing an exploration dive here just to get the sword, given how much they're running through their MP.
That would definitely benefit Thilotilo with the hand axe currently, making grinding a lot easier.
Although Toaster with his flame sword might beg to differ there. So would Highspirits with Erdrick sword. So Toaster with that wonderful level 14 does hit defense power 100. be interesting to see if he stays in Sherlock to grind, or if he does go grind on those blue dragons, which he has now defense broken. Scorpion Max doing the gold dragon, blue dragon grind is actually making up experience here.
Gold dragon, you say?
Hey, I just commentated Final Fantasy IV pre-Enterprise the other day.
Aren't those called gold Ryus in that game?
Well, yes, they're King Ryus, but they're gold dragon. I mean, I don't want to use the word Ryu more than I have to.
I'll let you have that one. And Highspirits is actually doing a first floor Charlotte grind and fast approaching level 15 at 7,500.
Yeah, Highspirits is starting to extend his experience lead over Toasty and Tilo. Yeah, the stop spell on the Armored Knight is working really well for Highspirits.
And Scorpion Max is out of resources and will have to go and take a rest at an inn somewhere.
Now, I don't know how long the walk is to the nearest town here. Stonemen just keep casting stop spell, so Toaster's just going to keep hitting it in the face.
Well, that, and when it does punch him, it doesn't really hurt either, since it's defense broke at this point.
Ooh, no effect on an Axe Knight with a hurt more. That's rare.
And looks like Town Cole not too far away from Hawksness there. Question in the chat, given their current agility, what are their odds of running from an AK-47? That would actually be a really good question for one of our analysts like Mr. Home.
Eternal Newbie guessing better than 50%. Lorgon about 75. Somewhere in through there is 50 to 75 without knowing the math exactly. Oh. Level 15. Where's Empty Eye when you need him? No strength.
I missed what the rest of those stats were, though.
Pretty crappy.
Ooh, wow. 5 agility, 1 HP, and 4 MP. That's not doing you any favor.
To answer a question in chat, so what does defense broken mean? That means that your defense is so high that an enemy will attack you for negligible HP. I believe once an enemy is defense broken, it's usually on the order of, 0 to 15 tops. But yeah, once you've defense broken, that means that you're going to take very little damage from an enemy's melee attack.
Yeah, I believe it's 1 to 15 once your defense matches their attack. I think once your defense is higher than their attack is when it becomes the chance of them actually having a fail, no damage being done, or 0. Kind of similar. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to just say Highspirits popping into Rimmeldar for a little refreshment and then heading back someplace to grind.
I was going to say it's similar to what happens when you try and take a swing at the metal slimes. you have a very good chance of doing absolutely no damage, or at least a minimum of 1 damage. Or rather, a maximum of 1 damage. Your attack is pitiful compared to their defense.
So, Tilo checking out some of the shops in Cantland, I wonder if he was looking for a broadsword to do a little bit better damage than the hand axe he has right now.
What is the level 16 XP total? 9750. So, bit of a ways away to go. Each subsequent level now is actually going to be 2,250 from the previous.
Up to no good. Pointing out in chat something that we have been kind of keeping an eye on, that Scorpion Max's traditional trap tile grind is efficient. He is catching up on that experience. Slowly but surely, he's creeping up on Tilo. And he was
and
a good...
Toaster...
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Toaster very briefly on the exact requirement for level 15 at 7,500 until he killed a red dragon. Looks as if Tilo is going to go back in for another sword dive and experience dive.
Now it looks like Max has given up on hurt more strats completely against the blue dragon and is just choosing to hold A.
Given the amount of damage a blue dragon can do, it's not a bad option. Instead of wasting all your magic on a hurt more, you can just use heal mores every now and again when you need.
Is Toaster taking a chance on grinding on some Axe Knights here outside of whatever cave that is? Mercaris. So all of the level increases the same for anyone regardless of name? No. Name still does play a part in stat growth. It just so happens that this particular race, all 4 of our runners have chosen a strength HP build. So those are the ones that, in theory, are going to be higher than the rest at, alternative levels to ones that aren't in that particular mode. But as you can see, their strength is rather pitiful here at level 15. Even for a strength build.
I mean, level 14 had a nice boost, but that's been it so far. Now, it does mean that we could potentially see a rather large strength gain within the next level or two, though.
Yeah, I mean, if we get moderate strength gain with a moderate HP gain, that's probably enough to put you into quote-unquote go mode at 98 MP. It's all going to depend on what the next level gives.
And Eternal Newbie noting that, at least for the randomizer anyway, any strength HP build will give +3 bonus, whereas in the vanilla game, depending on your name, you could get a +1, +2, or a +3 bonus.
Tilo making it just about to the treasury floor, and hopefully we'll pick up his Erdrick sword very soon.
And Scorpion Max making it to level 15 here. And I think Highspirits is going to do the old grind on the way down for the final level here. Well, doesn't really have to do much of a grind on the way down. He's just about there with one more.
And here it is. Let's see what level 16 gives. 9 power, 1, 10 HP, 6. I think that's enough.
That would certainly do it.
Yeah, so if you throw the Death Necklace on, okay, what the Death Necklace does in the randomizer is it gives you 10 extra attack power at the cost of 25% of your HP. Okay? So if you were to put on the Death Necklace at level 16, that means your attack power would be 136. So how do we calculate the damage that you can do to Dragonlord 2? Well, you lop that 1 off of attack power, so now a Highspirits attack power would be 36. Take 36, divide it by 218. That is the upper level of your range. Take that, divide it by 2 again, and you get 9. That is the lower level of your range. So you're doing 9 to 18 damage at 136 attack power. And given that you have 10, 11, 12, 13 heal mores, that's probably enough to kill Dragonlord, assuming you don't get RNG screwed.
I would say with the amount of heal mores, the odds are certainly in your favor here.
Although Newbie correctly pointing out in chat that Highspirits only has 12 right now because he did not get he doesn't get an MP heal. Up to No Good asks, is Toaster still looking for something? I think he's looking for a better grind spot.
So in this situation here, knowing that it's a red dragon barring your way, would you sit at full health and just try and beat down the red dragon? Or do you put on the Death Necklace and hope the extra attack power lets you beat the dragon down easy?
I go down with full herbs, I put on the Death Necklace, and I full herb back up. Because I would think that putting on the Death Necklace would certainly save you at least 1 turn against the red dragon, if not 2. So yeah, I would put the Death Necklace on and just use herbs to heal. Don't look now, but Scorpion Max is just about to pull into 2nd place in the experience race.
Very close behind AmazingToaster here. 2 more of these blue dragons and he'll be tied.
And we have Tilo doing some red dragon grind.
And the only thing standing in Scorpion Max's way of being tied for 2nd place in experience is just a few kills that AmazingToaster has got.
Now, the only thing that may complicate matters is that Scorpion Max does have to take the detour to get Erdrick's sword. So we'll see if that's actually going to wind up hurting him, but this grind was such a good choice on his.
that'll do it for level 16 for both Scorpion Max and AmazingToaster getting their levels at almost the same time here.
So let's see what they decide to do. Are they going to just book it?
Certainly looks like that's what Scorpion Max plans to do with a quick return to the castle. And Toaster going to do the old repel and sleep at the inn, so looks like that it will be it for Toaster as well. So it's going to be who gets to Sharlock first, and will the detour for Scorpion Max do him in a little?
Alright, so Toaster is going to get into Sharlock first between him and Max, and given Max's detour, Toaster will probably, unless he gets completely screwed over here by encounters, he should reach the Dragon Lord first between the two. Meanwhile, speaking of Dragon Lord, we have Highspirits hitting the Dragon Lord fight here.
Bamboozled, I believe, is the word you were probably looking for there.
There we go. And Highspirits did, in fact, put on the Death Necklace, so...
And he's been getting walloped by the Dragon Lord 1 here.
Yeah, Dragon Lord 1 not being very kind. So he's probably going to have to do a heal... Oh, and a back attack by the Dragon Lord. Oh, he's got to use a heal more right out the gate.
And we've got Toaster hitting the second floor, and Scorpion Max will be joining him momentarily.
We're up to 28. $45.
And Thilotilo will be hitting level 16 here in just a moment.
59. $70.
Ooh, does he risk it? No, he doesn't.
$79.
These minimum rolls of 9 are not doing Highspirits any favors here.
85. $101. $113.
Got 2 heal mores left here.
126. $140.
Alright. Last 2 attacks are incoming.
157 takes him down.
Oh, and we see, ever so briefly there, a 156 was the total health there for Dragon Lord 2.
And ladies and gentlemen, get out your GGs. Highspirits has finished in first place in this race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 25 seconds. And it looks like Toaster took an untimely death in Sharlock, so Scorpion Max might actually be out to a slight lead amongst our other 3, even though he still has to take the detour. Buckle in, chat. This is going to be a crazy ending to this race.
We actually have AmazingToaster and Thilotilo doing their dive at almost the exact same time. both of them do have the sword, so neither will have to make a detour. And looks like Scorpion Max is about to be on the bottom floor now.
Now, the good news for Max is that as long as he checks the bottom right chest first, he should only need to check one chest here.
Well, and Death Necklace as well.
Oh, right. Ooh, is he not even going to check for the Death Necklace? He's not.
Ooh, this could be dangerous for Scorpion Max. With 126, that means a damage range of 6 to 12 is... 6 to 13 is what's going to be being done here.
Yeah, 6 to 13, but he's also going to do a lot more double attacks than these racers that will put on the Death Necklace will do. So we're going to see if getting these double attacks is actually going to speed up the fight for Max, or if it's going to be to his detriment. Meanwhile, we are joined by Highspirits here in Discord. Highspirits, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you have the race pulled up, because buckle in, this is going to be one heck of a finish between these other...
Yeah, it was pretty close there at level 16.
Yeah.
But I just heard you talking about him not doing it without the Death Necklace. He's going to want the Death Necklace. He's going to come up just short, unless he gets insanely lucky, if he doesn't.
Yeah, he's not. He's just going straight for it.
It's going to be close. Yeah, I was doing the math on my way down. I'm like, I got about halfway down. I'm like, I might not have enough to kill him. I better start farming the easy enemies just in case.
Well, the good thing on his side is he does have full MP, so an extra heal more will be available.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
with you only do about 10 damage on average without the Death Necklace. That's 15 to 16 attacks that you need to...
the Dragon Lord this seed had 156 HP, and your last attack brought it up to 157. So you got him by 1, but you still had an attack left if needed.
Yeah, I knew once I got to the end there. Once I got to 140 damage, I'm like, yeah, he's dead. Doesn't matter. Even if I rolled 2 minimum... Well, I could have rolled really bad and not done it, but I was almost certain that I had.
So what'd you think of the seed in general?
Pretty easy, except for that gamble at the beginning I tried to make, and it failed miserably.
You're referring to the gold grind?
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to go grind 30,000. That's just in case I die on the way out. I'll at least have enough for a silver shield. And then out of every shop in the game, I think I saw 2 flame swords and 1 silver shield anyway. So it's not like there was anything to buy to begin. Unless Brecconary had something. I never saw Brecconary.
Brecconary was on the other side of the swamp cave, and I don't think it really had anything.
I think Brecconary was just as empty as usual.
Wow, all 3 of them are down here towards the Dragon Lord now.
Yeah, this is insanely close. I mean, Tilo got to the Red Dragon fight first and threw it first, but Toaster is right behind.
But yeah, I would have to say, definitely an easy seed to start here. I mean, heal more, hurt more right off the bat. Free token, free stone to sunlight, and Silver Harp was pretty free as well.
And we had in the 20s for our starting stats.
Yeah, well, strength was 17.
Okay, 17, yeah. And then it was like 24 agility. So even if we didn't have a weapon, even if we didn't have hurt more or heal more, we still would have punched everything to death anyway.
Oh, and Toaster not putting on the Death Necklace either. So Tilo has the Death Necklace. Toaster and Max do not.
Banking on the double. We had so much agility, though, so if they have the silver shield, which they all do, Dragon Lord is not hitting them very hard anyway, so it's understandable.
Ooh, does Max risk it? No, he does not.
Toaster gets through Dragon Lord 1 before Tilo. And Scorpion Max does take down the Dragon Lord.
GG.
1 attack to spare, even. Yeah, the agility this seed was just ridiculous. I mean, I thought we were on strength HP builds here. It almost makes me want to go the exact opposite. Go agility MP, because strength HP just doesn't seem to give you the strength and the HP more often than.
I'm a big component of strength HP builds. Because I always think having the hit points is more important than ever having a couple points of agility.
And ladies and Scorpion Max has finished in second place in the seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 20 seconds.
So moving into week 4, undefeated. How you feeling?
Oh, week 4 is going to be interesting because it's back to the vanilla map. So, and then week 5 is my specialty. So it's going to be interesting. I'm happy,
The week 5 flags are interesting. Normal experience and normal map. That'll be fun.
Yep, week 4 has the no randomized map, and week 5 has chaos and short Sharlock. So, which is kind of like not too hard, because if you have short Sharlock, that kind of defeats most of the purpose of chaos mode.
It takes a big chunk of the RNG of getting down to the bottom floor out anyway.
Yeah, that's usually the hardest part, is figuring out how to get down there, because...
Oh my! Look at Toaster and Tilo. They're seconds apart. This is going to come down to SRL. Toaster 122.21, Tilo 122.22, 1 second difference.
And you know what might have done it for Tilo there? That extra step to the left.
Ooh, wow. 1 second. 1 second. Oh my. But as Game Boy F9, one of our admins says in chat, that by rule, he does have to retime the runs. So, and by. We don't know. Right now, SRL says 1 second difference, Toaster getting third, Tilo getting fourth, but we shall see.
So, while we're waiting for some official results, have you come up with any kind of strategy for week 4 with the vanilla map? Is there anything that you actually want to share with anybody, rather that you're thinking going into it?
Man, week 4 map. How many people are in the tournament right now that have not actually been here for version 1.3? I'm curious.
Well, I can actually raise my hand for that one, but I actually that's the one I didn't practice week 1, 2, or 3 because I feel I've done plenty enough of those. But I have actually been practicing the week 4.
Yeah, it's we haven't had that one in a long time. That's one of the original versions of this randomizer that we had. So before map randomization. So if I had to give a helpful hint to anyone, find a chart that explains where the enemy zones are, because the enemies in them are shuffled, but the zones are not shuffled like where the zones are. So if you know where to go to reach the different enemy zones, that's probably the best advice I can give. And I'm a vanilla speedrunner of the game, so I have most of those zones memorized just for the sake that you have to do that during a normal speed run.
So, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I actually do know exactly where you can get one of those, as I do have a chart for that. I also have a special map I made myself, which is gridded out, so I don't have to count any steps or bother with any princesses.
Making it easy.
All right, so we do have Thilotilo and Toaster, Amazing Toaster, joining us in chat. How about that finish?
So, funny story. We're racing on Valentine's Day, so I opted to name my character rather than the usual one character T, after my wife, whose screen name is Urson, and based upon my calculations, each extra character costs you about 10 seconds over the course of the game. So that choice, it was one of the key factors in me losing that race by a second.
Killed by the frames. Save the frames, not the animals.
There's also that extra step to the left that you took before talking to the king.
Oh, goodness, yes. There are many, certainly not just blaming it on that, there are many, many extra steps or inputs or whatever, and every single one of those was enough to cost that. That's by far the closest I've ever finished.
How close was second for me if I didn't get slept and wrecked?
You probably had it. So, Toaster, I do have a question for you. What was going through your mind when you made that decision to kind of grind on random enemies there for?
Well, it was a stupid walk over to Hawksness, and I started to go towards the swamp cave, and then I forgot where I put the swamp cave. Because I did have the flute, I could put the golem to sleep and probably wail on him.
So, the reason why I ask is because out of all four of you, the only one that did a traditional trap tile grind was Scorpion Max, who did a trap tile grind on the blue dragons in Hawksness, and then once he damage broke the blue dragons, he went from, I believe it was 1,000 experience, 1,500 experience points behind Highspirits to the third to get to level 16.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go over there. Blue dragons are kind of iffy when you're trying to grind on them sometimes too, because if you're trying to use hurt more at all, it doesn't always stick.
But so that said, Toaster, Tilo, what do you guys think about this seed? I mean, obviously it was not overly punishing, but what'd you guys think?
Well, it was a fast start, obviously.
Yeah, I was really surprised 20 minutes in at how little experience I had given the start we had. We just never had that core group, that area where you just had a whole bunch of great hurt more enemies that were going to rocket you up. You had a bunch of weak enemies, occasional non-hurt morable enemies, and then a Star Wyvern or a Wraith Knight here and there. And so Hurtmore didn't have as much utility. And of course, even on the trap tiles, you had the golden, the red dragon, and the blue dragon. So blue dragons are 50-50, so it's not complete immunity, but Hurtmore didn't actually end up. I'm glad we had Hurtmore because our strength was abysmal until the very end, but it was a really slow start for a Hurtmore seed.
Hell, it took me 20 minutes to find the first town. I did a gold grind at the very beginning, with 3 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna save up 30,000 and see what happens. And then it took me 20 minutes to find the first town. I was like, forget it.
I was at level 10 by 20 minutes.
I was still level 7 or 8. I was still doing good. I just couldn't find anything. I kept going long distance, and then I'd run into a wizard with Dragonlord Breath and dead.
I'm not sure. I might have died to the dragon by that time in Hawksness.
Yeah, I had a similar experience. I basically fully explored that whole area north of the castle where all there is the tablet cave and the staff cave, and didn't find a town until forever. I didn't do my gold grind until later on. I still didn't know where a town was at that point, but I assumed I'd be able to get something. I knew where a whole lot of places towns weren't, so that limited where towns could be.
Yeah, I died up there first thing, and then I went the other way for a while, and then I went past the Sherlock and kind of crawled down there and found all that stuff. So I had coordinates fairly quick.
Yeah, I think Callan was the first town I found, so I had the coordinates like 20 minutes in once I found it.
So we had this discussion a little bit with Highspirits. So I'll put you guys. Oh wait, before that, we do have an official ruling from Game Boy F9. Given that it was a 1 second difference, he had to go back and check the VODs and officially time things. And the official ruling is that Toaster did outfinish Tilo by 1.4 seconds.
Well, GG. I'm kind of disappointed. If it was within a second, wouldn't that mean we had to go to an overtime period?
Yep.
I want to see that one of these days, but
you shouldn't have taken that extra step then.
My bad. I robbed everybody of that amazing finish.
So, Tilo, Toaster, what do you guys think about next week's flags with the vanilla map and vanilla experience?
The biggest thing about next week is that Speed Hacks is on. And there are times when Speed Hacks does not give you time to think about what you're doing.
Yeah, the Speed Hacks definitely, putting both of them together, it's just very out of the element for what you're used to in Randomizer. I mean, I'm fairly familiar with the vanilla maps, so explorations, so not having to worry about exploration, that takes away one factor that I'm, that's constant thing you work on. And then after that, Speed Hacks totally changes your decision on, specifically when to grind. You just go ahead and keep grinding, grind that extra level, grind that monster that you ordinarily would skip, or attack that monster that you ordinarily would skip, which gets you little bits of experience here and there. It's a different dynamic, and you can't play it the same way that you would ordinarily play it. And so it's really going to be really exciting. And I think if they can keep up, the viewers are going to be in for a treat next week.
Yeah, that is certainly going to be the tough part for anybody commentating. I have done commentary on a Speed Hacks race before. It's difficult trying to see what stats are being gained with the speed that the numbers flash across.
It's difficult for us playing.
I will say I'm hopeful it doesn't happen, but I know there is a slight chance for unwinnable seeds in that, and having Speed Hacks will make that, should that arise, will hopefully mitigate the damage that would do. I hope it doesn't happen, because this is a really fun thing, but that's an old version that didn't quite have all the kinks worked out of it.
Well, I can say I did 3 back-to-back, and didn't have any issues come up. So we'll have to hope that continues to be the case, I guess.
Yeah, it's a pretty low odds of it happening, but we've had examples of it. So hope it doesn't happen. Hope if it does happen, it doesn't. The Speed Hacks mitigates how rough it is, because I would hate for such a fun week to get marred by something like that.
Well, have y'all been doing any practicing at all? Like I said, I did 3. It actually was pretty fun. I rather enjoyed it.
Yeah, I played one last night.
I did a few before the league started, but I haven't had the opportunity to practice that, because I've been practicing each given week whatever. So I should have plenty of opportunity to practice over the next week. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. So any last comments on the seed from any of you before we
Just thank you to everyone who did the restreaming, tracking, commentary. Appreciate the work as always.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ryu. So any last words before we sign off for the
I think that'll just about do it.
All right.
Amazing race.
So before we start our sign off here, do make sure that everybody here takes a second to go follow these amazing runners: Highspirits, Thilotilo, Scorpion Max, and AmazingToaster. They're certainly worth the follow. So what do we have coming up here now in the Dragon Warrior randomized? Well, tomorrow it looks like we are actually going to close out week 3 with 3 races. We have one race at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have one race at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have one race at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm sure they will all be on the Randomania family of networks, so pay attention. Tomorrow night, we've got 3 Dragon Warrior races, rando races to finish out week 3, so that'll be exciting. And then we'll be into week 4, as we kind of talked about just a little bit ago here with our runners. So we do need to thank the people behind the scenes. Our restreamer, Tyrannex, thank you very much. And our wonderful 2 trackers, Centroid 41 and Link Force 0. So for my co-commentator, Ryu Saishin, I am Z-Man. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night.